What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Josh and I'm here back with another video. And if you're new, you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. It definitely helps my channel grow. And I have a lot of dope tutorials just like this. But let's get right into this haircut. So my first step in this haircut is to comb his hair out thoroughly, lifting the hair up off the scalp, getting it ready to come with my guard to cut his hair down to the desired length. So the height that we're going to be cutting his hair down is to a 1 guard all the way open, going with the grain. This is the lowest that we're going to go because this is probably one of the best. I think this is one of the best heights for me as far as cutting down hair on wavers. It shows like the waves like really good. As you can see, his waves are popping right after we go over it with the guard. As soon as we get it to that height, you can just see the waves just pop and they're more defined. He's been woofing for a while. You know, it's been quarantine, but we're off quarantine now and the shop's open, so I had to get my guy right. In this haircut, I'm going to be giving him a taper. I'm going to be tapering out the back of his neck and his temple area, and we're going to be cutting his hair down to a 1 guard open, as you see that we're doing right now. So my first step is to set in my bald line. And before I do my bald line, I take away any facial hair that isn't needed because it's kind of in my way and it's kind of a distraction when I'm setting in my first guideline. So I get that out the way in the beginning. So after going in with my bald line, my next step is to come back with my clippers with the lever all the way open, going up about 1/2 inch, setting in my next guideline. And right after I set in this guideline, I'm going to close my clippers halfway and just flick that bottom line out by flicking under the line and up to the line. So after setting in that guideline, I'm going to start our next section or our next guideline, which is going to be with my number 1 guard with the clipper all the way open, going up about another 1/2 inch against the grain. And right after we set in that guideline, I'm going to come back with the clipper all the way closed just to soften the line up and fade down. So we're going to go from the number 1 guard all the way open to a 1 guard closed. And then after that, we're going to come back with my 1/2 guard to finish out this section or guideline, as you would say. So right now I have my 1/2 guard on, and like I said, we're fading down. So I started with my number 1 guard open, and then I did it closed to soften up the line, and then I got my 1/2 guard just to finish it off. So we're going to start our walking down process to take out the rest of this fade. I'm going to start with my number 2 guard, as you guys can see, all the way closed. And then I'm going to drop down to my 1.5 guard, as you guys see right here, with it all the way open. And I'm going to go up right under that 2 guard, but dropping it just a little bit. And then after I go in with it all the way open, I'm going to close my 1.5 guard all the way and just drop down a little bit more. And we're going to meet to the last section that we left off. So when I'm fading down, all I'm doing is meeting back up where I left off. So as you can see right here, I have my 1 guard on all the way open. That means that we've completely faded from the number 2 all the way down to the first guideline that we created in this fade. So now we're going to start on the neck taper. We're going to start our first guideline, which is going to be our bald line with my Babyliss Gold Effects trimmers. And I'm just setting in the bald line, not up too high, but high enough to where we're going to start to see a good transition. We don't want to put it too low. We want to clean up the area as much as we can. But we're doing our first guideline right now. And then after that, I'm going to come in with my no guard with the lever all the way open on my Wahl Seniors. And when you're setting in your guideline, you want to make sure you clean up all the hairs underneath that guideline. So right here is where I have my no guard with the lever all the way open on my cordless Wahl Seniors. And I'm going up about 1/2 inch, setting in this guideline. And we're going to be doing this 1/2 inch all the way across, and want to keep it the same width all the way around so our fade can be balanced. And right after we set it in, we're going to go in with my clipper halfway closed or whatever really gets that line out for you. But we're going to go under the line and flick up to the line to take out that guideline. And then we're going to do some more detail work with opening and closing our clipper. So the guidelines are basically the same as far as like how we did it on the taper, but we're working with a wider area. And on this area, I used the 1 guard closed for my first guideline instead of it open. I started shorter because we have a longer blending Like we have a longer blending area, so I have more room to walk in more steps to get this fade, but keep it low at the same time. So after going in with my number 1 guard all the way closed, I'm gonna go in with my half guard with it all the way closed, and I'm gonna be starting under the line and flicking up towards the line in a C motion, so I can flick it out but not actually push the line up and not take it out. We want to make sure we're taking it out. So right here I'm going in with my 1.5 guard. We're going to be doing a fading down process. Right here I have it all the way closed, and I'm going to walk down until I meet my last step. So basically my last step was a 1 guard all the way closed. That was the last guideline that we created, so we're going to be taking that line out. And we're going to start with the 1.5 guard on first. And after we go in with the 1.5 guard, we're going to come back with our number 1 guard with the clipper all the way open, and we're going to fade right into that 1.5 guard, because the one guard open is right in the middle of a 1 guard closed and a 1.5. So after going in with my 1 guard open, I'm going to be doing some detail work right now. I'm going back with the clipper closed all the way again, and right now I'm just doing some detail work, going with and against the grain just to get this blend to look as perfect as I can. So right here we're going to be doing some more fading down, starting with my number 2 guard, the biggest guard. The reason why I go in with my number 2 guard is to ensure that I have the highest point of my fade completely faded out. So now that we're done with the fade, I'm going to go in with some holding spray, and I'm going to blow dry it just to prep my hairline for the lineup process. And for the lineup, I'm going to be using my Babyliss Gold Effect skeleton trimmers, as you guys have been seeing me use the whole video. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to do a natural sharp crispy lineup on this cut. It's going to be super dope, so I hope you guys like it, and I'm going to sit back and let you guys watch this lineup process. A lot of times, if you are like a picky kind of barber, you want to make sure every hair is cut. So when I go over the hairline, a lot of times that pretty much means that like the hair is being stubborn. I try to make sure every single hair to the edge is cut sharply, because that makes your lineup stand out and makes it last super long. So every time I do lineups, I make sure I get every hair super sharp, and I keep brushing hair to bring out any baby hairs, any strands that I need to cut, because I want every hair cut. So right here, one of my favorite parts of the fade is that neckline. It just brings out that taper. Like, it brings out the beauty in the taper when you put a sharp, nice edge with that little curve right around the ear. It's just super dope. Look at that taper. It came out super nice. Man, like, you know, we just getting started. So after going in and setting in my foundation, I'm going to go in with my Barber Magic Pencil, and I'm going to be doing the Barber Magic Pencil on the edge of his lineup to create an enhancement to it without actually applying enhancements. This is something familiar to the concealer on women when they get their eyebrows done. It kind of makes it pop. So we'll be having a sharp edge, and it's adding a little bit of contrast. It's going to make it pop just that much more. It's going to make it stand out like effortlessly. Like, you'll see. Keep watching. This thing came out super sharp. I love the Barber Magic Pencil, especially when I'm doing natural haircuts. I always like to add the Barber Magic Pencil because it makes the natural line just pop for me, and it just makes it come out dope. So right here, I'm just going to be going in and smearing the Barber Magic Pencil. You want to always do this after applying it. You don't want it to just be sitting there white. You don't want it to be just right there crusty on the edge. Doesn't look right. You got to smear it in. And after I do my trimmers, I'm going to come in with my razor, because sometimes the trimmer doesn't get it all the way. So you have to go in with your razor and really get it good and sharp and smear it away. But it's still going to leave that lighter highlighter edge, but you don't want it to leave it like super white. You don't want that white point that's like really noticeable. You want to make sure you just smear it, but leaving that light crispy looking edge. You guys, if you've watched it all the way to this point, I really appreciate you. Right now I'm just doing a little bit of finishing touches before I show you guys the final product. It came out crazy. I need you guys to see this before. His hair was looking bad. He had a full fro. He hasn't had a haircut in a while. I saved his life. I got his waves back popping. Just look at this before, y'all. Like, he was looking bad. He needed a line up. His sideburns all growing out. man. But without further ado, YouTube, this is the cut. If you're new, you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on, leave a like and leave a comment. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more dope content. Follow your boy on Instagram at Joshxbarber. Peace.